Hey everyone, Lou here. You all loved my video on Vocaloid songs that everyone misunderstands so much that I thought it'd be fun to tackle more songs. Today let's check out some other Vocaloid songs that everyone misunderstands. Quick thing though, lyrical understanding is honestly open to interpretation, so while these songs do have a definitive explanation, it's perfectly fine to have your own interpretation of that song. Think of music the same as we perceive paintings. If someone draws a painting of a can of soup, it's up to the viewer if it's some kind of commentary on capitalism or just a random picture of a soup can, even when the creator of that painting has their own definitive explanation. With that out of the way, let's get started. This is one I'm kinda gonna blame Project Sakai for, only because an event featuring this song really just liked to pretend like the lyrics just don't exist at all, or take it quite literally that it's someone turning into a potato. Now, Neru's songs have always been about depression, anxiety, societal expectations, and other harsh mental health struggles, but he went from a hard rock approach to a more jazzy pop-like approach. I guess you could say it's that one meme about saying nothing in life matters. This song in particular is about someone who realizes their dreams and life plans are turning into nothing but potatoes, quote unquote, as it's supposed to use the phrase couch potato and sort of flip it on its head. It's not the person who's the couch potato, it's their aspirations and what they feel is society in general. The rest of the song uses metaphors involving potato dishes, like saying their life is like a bowl of cold chowder, and making any effort just melts away like butter on a baked potato, which, not gonna lie, this song does kinda make me crave a baked potato now that I'm reading the lyrics for this video. Of course, not everyone takes the potato metaphors literally. A lot of people understand this song with its depression metaphors using potatoes, but there's a lot of younger Vocaloid fans who just kind of ran with the interpretation in Project Sakai. Like, the amount of people just kind of making cutesy TikToks with this song, acting like it's really about potato ghosts like Wonderland Showtime's event, just kind of harkens back to my day when way too many kids were singing Romeo and Cinderella, having absolutely no idea about its mature themes. Overall, the potato is depression. Now, I feel like many producers in particular misunderstand the meaning of Sand Planet to a point where many producers basically made response songs to this one, like Pinocchio P's Because You're Here. The thing I feel like a lot of people and producers misunderstood about this song is that they think this song was about the fandom dying, but people clinging to a dying sandy planet. Some producers actually took offense to this by stating that the fandom isn't dead because games like Project Sakai and the Western fans showing that Miku is basically as popular as she's ever been when you look at her in stores like Hot Topic or any other pop culture catering store. I mean, I have an official Miku calendar from Five Below, and 10 years ago, if I wanted a Miku calendar, I'd pretty much have to make it myself. See, what Hachi was actually trying to explain with this song is that despite Vocaloid always being a niche, essentially a sandy planet, this fandom is still thriving like hell. The lyrics literally speak about growing apples in the desert and honoring those that have passed within this niche community like Wawaka and Samfree. The lyrics themselves are basically a love letter, as beneath every lyric in the song is dedication to several songs by Ryo, Jin, Wawaka, Kikuo, and even Hachi's own music. I think what didn't help was the music video, if only because it portrayed a completely different interpretation of the lyrics, but if you really sit there and analyze it, then the lyrics are actually really hopeful. The last lyrics are, "Even as the wind blows, we advance on this sandy planet," which means that no matter what, the community will always keep going no matter how niche or how sandy it becomes, which I think is a really sweet message after all. Hachi is pretty smart with his lyrical writing. I mean, do you know how long it took people to figure out that Donut Hole was about someone forgetting their crush's name instead of developing amnesia? Anyway, Sand Planet is one of my favorite Vocaloid songs, so it does admittedly suck seeing everyone misinterpret it. Oh my gosh, so many people think this song is a sequel to Shelter, to a point where covers will literally use the main vocal melody of Sad Machine. Like, I love Jubiphonic, but the amount of people who ended up being 100% sure that Sad Machine was a sequel because of her cover is just... Okay, so the story for Shelter's music video is about a girl named Rin who was put into a pod that transplanted her mind into a virtual reality by her dad because another planet was going to crash and destroy the Earth, so rather than have his daughter die a brutal death from the apocalypse, he launched her into space so she could live in a virtual world where everything she could ever want comes to life, except people. The song's music video ends with her remembering that part of her life as she's been in this pod for a decade-ish and largely shut away those memories, probably because trauma or too young. However, many people assume that the song Sad Machine is about a random robot in space finding Rin and rebuilding humanity. I'm not sure where people got that idea, but no, Sad Machine is not connected to Shelter in any way. Firstly is that Porter Robinson, as an artist, from my perspective, as someone who's listened to quite a few of his songs, but not really the whole album per se, makes self-contained stories in his song, or if songs are theoretically connected, it's more like emotionally or thematically connected. Like in the case of Sad Machine and Goodbye to a World, both of which are on the same album, it's more about the theme of a robot discovering human feelings than continuing the story of Shelter. Actually, Porter Robinson himself said that the story for Sad Machine is about a lonely robot girl finding a human boy, so that kind of already busts the misconception. I don't know, I never really liked the theory because I feel like Shelter itself is meant to be a sad story with a sad end to it, you know? Busting Rin out of the pod and basically recreating that portion of Clannad with the girl and the robot feels a little cheap, but maybe that's just me. Is it a massive misconception? I mean, not anymore lately, but I see it pop up every now and then when I listen to Sad Machine or Shelter, and just kind of take a peek at the comments.
To you, I'm better off worse. You listen when it hurts too much to bear.
I thought this was just so fascinating when I watched the live stream for Circus's CMYK Final Chance live stream, and I don't see a lot of people bring it up or acknowledge it, so I'm labeling it a misconception just because I'm an absolute dork who will take any opportunity I can to gush over my favorite Vocaloid producers and lyrical meanings. As I'm sure we all know, Better Off Worse is about a content creator basically stuck in a creative position where their personal struggles are the only thing that becomes successful, so they basically feel like they have to constantly live in a state of poor mental health and purposeful spiraling just because misery sells. I'm sure anyone who makes videos on YouTube who has had negative videos do well can relate to that. I mean, even I've had videos where I was in a poor state with poor opinions and judgment because of that, and then it blew up. So like, that's my personal example. So I could relate to this as well as being reminded of what several YouTubers I enjoy have said in the past about stuff like this. However, did you know Better Off Worse is actually the opposite end of another song? Right as Rain by Circus P featuring Paul Uta is basically the optimistic side of the negative themed coin. The song is basically about someone who did profit off of their negative and spiraling mental health, who came out the other side and basically saying to someone that you don't want to go down that road. If you don't want to follow the same path or go in that dark forest, you'll turn out right as rain, which I think is genuinely a sweet sentiment to bring to someone who was even considering it. It's actually one of my new favorite Circus P songs right now, but I'm sure some of you who saw me quote it on my Discord status on my fan server probably already know, unless I've changed it at the time of this video. Who knows? However, Circus himself wouldn't actually elaborate on more because he wants both songs to be considered an art piece, so to speak. Basically, you're supposed to come up with your own conclusions on whether Circus wrote this from personal experience or witnessing the experience of someone else, which makes sense. He said it ruined the allure of the song, and I get it. A lot of Vocaloid songs are written vague for that reason, you know? With that, I think that'll be the end of this video. I know not a lot of these were big hits like last time, but hey, a lot of Vocaloid songs are genuinely written to be vague, so there's no such thing as a misconception with them if they're really open to interpretation, you know? I don't know if I'll do another video like this one again, solely because I really struggled to find songs that a lot of people misunderstand, but who knows? Maybe all my favorite producers will release a bunch of vague songs with clear messages so I can make another one. What did you guys think of this video though? Did you love it? As always, let me know down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching! If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. If any of you would like to help support my channel in any possible way, my Ko-fi page is down below in the description, along with all of my social media. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas, or maybe just want to talk about anime or something, I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!